Anyway, don't know about you, but one thing I am not, and that's a shopaholic. I will avoid shopping if I can. It's just not something I enjoy doing. But Jo Munro, on the other hand, is a self-confessed shopaholic and author of the Savvy Shopaholic website. She can also show you how to turn your shopping skills into cash. She lives in Melbourne and she's on the line. Hi, Jo.
Hello, how you doing?
Good, thank you. Thank you so much for your time tonight. Before we start talking specifically about saving money on weddings, you've discovered a formula that allows you to focus all of your shopping skills to actually make money instead of maxing out your credit card. Tell us about that.
Absolutely. It's no use being a shopaholic if you've got no money to spend. Look, years ago I was in corporate running channels to market, which means like working with retailers on putting products into their store. I left that role and needed to obviously earn some money. I was looking after my elderly father at the time and decided, because I was out shopping all the time and I live in Melbourne and there's always sales on in Melbourne, I decided to set up an online store. But the question always is, what do you sell? And because I was out shopping, I'd get these great bargains on awesome products. And I used to go, oh, buy one for me and one for my sister. And then I started doing, I wonder if I bought a few more and see if I could sell them. And so that was a crazy idea that started. I applied all of my knowledge about retail to what would be my perfect solution. If I was a customer, what sort of store would I like to buy from? Put all that together and started selling online. And it went from strength to strength. And then I started noticing trends that were happening and jumping on those. And a publisher approached me and said, there's a lot of people selling on eBay, but nobody's actually using their shopping skills to source product to sell online. You should write a book about it. And that's how the Savvy Shopaholic started.
Oh my gosh. So it's selling, you're going out and buying stuff and then on selling it, I guess? Is that?
Yeah, what I do is I put bundles together. So I might see an amazing cookbook on special, let's say Costco, and then say it's a Donna Hayes book or it's a Jamie Oliver book and they have like a killer sale on it, then I'll go and source some Jamie Oliver products or, whoever the brand is and put a whole bundle together. So it's a really great price. It's not something you can buy on the market as a unit itself. And I sell it online, so people get amazing value. And it's using my shopping skills, If you're a really good shopaholic and you know how to sniff out a bargain, it's something you should consider because it's a great way of either making $200 a week or, I've got people that I work with that make $20,000 a month.
Nothing feels as good as when you're getting a bargain, does it?
It really feels great, especially if it's good value, not just cheap, but great value for your money.
And you want to tell everybody about, look what I got.
Absolutely. It's addictive.
So when it comes to weddings, where are we wasting money?
And look, it's really interesting talking about weddings because I've got some friends that are in the wedding industry and one of them told me something that I thought was a little bit dire but interesting. She said there's 3 times in your life that money isn't a factor. People will spend emotionally 3 times in your life. That's births, deaths and marriages. And she said being in the wedding industry, they know people are emotional about weddings and they want it to be amazing for their children, although the bride wants to have their dream day. So money is no option. So everything doubles or quadruples in price. If the people in the wedding industry, they just add zeros to the end of things. And that was her outlook on the industry she's in. So as a shopaholic, I went, right, where are the most expensive areas and what can you do to actually get the great results? So I'm all about Lux for Less is probably my brand name. I love Lux for Less. I want great value, but I don't want to pay amazing, outrageous prices. So looking around, I went and said, okay, if I was going to get married today, what are the areas that you need good value, but you can save some money? And one of the things was flowers. Bridal flowers are really expensive, especially if you walk in and you say, I'm doing this for a wedding. You see the cash register cha-ching in people's eyes. So, recently I ran an event in Melbourne. I needed to get flowers for that room, for the front of the room. I went to my local market, flower market, and said, I just need this sort of an arrangement. What the hotel was going to charge me was 4 times more than I ended up paying.
Wow.
So you could easily do that for bridal flowers. These guys have access to all the same flowers, and they usually have florists that do the arrangements anyway. So it's worth going out and doing just that little bit of extra legwork. But my advice to brides would be go to all the wedding places. Don't buy anything. Go and have a really good look. Decide on what you want and the type of wedding you want and obviously how much you want to spend. And then, but don't be conservative. There's so many options out there for groovy weddings these days. So if you're, I've got a friend I was talking to yesterday who's a hair and makeup artist. She's looking at saving to get married. And she was saying, they can't afford a big wedding. So they're looking at something like a cocktail party where it's 2 hours to have everyone celebrate with them. So they're not paying for a big sit-down meal and lots of people coming and all the traditional things. They're going to spend the money on their house and on children that will be coming and that sort of thing. So, but let me just go through some of the top items that I picked out.
Yep.
So obviously bridal gowns. It's a very emotional purchase. But if you're wanting to get a great gown, it may not actually have to be a bride's dress. But if you want a great gown, you can actually hire really, really great brand designers for $150.
That's incredible, isn't it?
And you can do that for your bridesmaids as well. So there's a couple of sites that I've noted down. So, you can go in, and you can also do the same for the men. So if you've got everything hired, it saves you thousands and thousands of dollars just actually on the dresses alone. So there is, just having a look at my notes here, there's yourcloset.com.au, and they're in Sydney. Briella has an amazing business there. They do black tie. They do all sorts of functions, but really great designer. And the other one is glamcorner.com.au, and they do a lot of bridal as well. But beautiful, beautiful top Australian designers and really good quality products. So I know people that use them all the time. They've got great 5-star results. So, don't worry about getting from there because they're really good. The other thing that I really have to mention, because it's really timely, there's a great jeweller who has wholesale pricing on wedding and engagement rings. But at the moment, they're called the Online Jewellery Company. And so their website is OJCO for Online Jewellery Co. So ojco.com.au. They actually have a competition on at the moment to win $1,000 of wedding rings.
Oh,
so
wow.
Well timed. But they have amazing prices as well. So I speak about them all the time because I'm so in love with the jewellery they have.
Oh,
and
fantastic.
the pricing is amazing.
Yeah. Jo, look, I think we might have to get you back on again another time to run us through the rest.
Sorry, I can talk underwater.
Fantastic. As long as you're saving us money, you can talk as long as you like. Thank you so much. Can we get you back on in a couple of weeks to run through the rest of it? Fantastic. Jo, thank you. That's Jo Munro there. She's from the Savvy Shopaholic website.
Great ideas there.
Yeah.